graders. Today we're taking a look at lesson 20. Every line is a graph of a linear equation. So we need to go ahead and get to that page in our book. It is on page 241. And as we take a look at this, we're reviewing what we did yesterday, okay? So we're going to go ahead and we want to come up with the equation of this line. And we know that we need to pick 2 points to find our slope. And I'm going to pick that point and this point down here, okay? And so in order for me to find my slope, I'm going to do my rise, which is, notice we're counting by ones in both directions. 1, 2, 3, 4. So my rise is 4. And my run, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which can reduce to 2/3. Okay, make sure we reduce it. Now, again, we could have picked this point in here. We could have picked this point up here. Any of those points work. We also need to find our y-intercept. Okay, so let's look at it and find that. Well, where does our line cross the y-axis? Well, it crosses right here at -3. Now we're able to write our equation. So slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. So y equals our slope, which is 2/3 x minus 3 or plus a -3. So that's what we've been doing, right? Well, today we're going to take a look, go ahead and turn the page, and we're going to take a look at doing the same thing, only now we have this additional information. And it says, use the properties of equality to change the equation from slope-intercept form, which was y equals mx plus b, to standard form, ax plus by equals c. Now, the important part that we need to look at here is it does say right here, a, b, and c are integers, and a is not negative. So we need to make sure that we know that this number is a positive or a negative number, which is an integer, it's a whole number, but in this case, it doesn't want it negative. So we really need to have our we need to make sure a is positive and that every number is a whole number, okay? So let's start off with finding our slope and our y-intercept. And our y-intercept right here is 2. And our slope, right here's a point, and here's a point. So our rise, 1, 2, 3. Our run is 1. So 3/1, which is just 3. Writing our formula, y equals 3x plus 2. Now we need to move it into, we need to have our x's, then our y's, and then our number on the other side. So the first thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and move this x. So I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. Now on the left side, I can't combine my x's and y's. So I'm going to have a -3x plus y. I still have my equal sign. My 3x's cancel on the right side, and I just have my 2. Now, we're in the form ax plus by equals c, but the problem is we can't have that a, this coefficient out front here, as a negative. So we need to multiply this whole thing by a -1. When I do that, I'm going to multiply -1, so opposite of everything. So my final answer would be 3x minus y equals -2. Negative, remember multiplying by negative, just switches every single sign. All right, let's go ahead and look at number 2. All right, number 2, find your points and your y-intercept. My slope here, I have one right here, and how about this one? Again, we're counting by ones. So our slope is down 2, right 3, so -2/3. And our y-intercept, where does it cross our y-axis? Is at -1. So as we do that, we can go ahead and put it into a slope-intercept form. We have -2/3 x minus 1. Let's get the x's to the left side in the front first. So I'm going to go ahead and add 2/3 x to both sides. After I do that, I have 2/3 x plus y equals, and this canceled, -1. I have it in the right form, but I have to have integers, and this right here is a fraction. It's a rational number. So we need to go ahead, multiply everything by 3, so that my 3's here will cancel, leaving me just my 2x. So when I do that, I multiply 3 times 2/3, I just get 2x, and 3 times y is 3y, and 3 times -1 is -3. Okay? Now, you are going to be working on this in class. I am, however, going to also show you what you'll be doing in Delta. Delta is starting with this standard form and moving back to our slope-intercept form. So in Delta, you will be given this formula, and we know we're getting it into y equals mx plus b, so we need to get our y's by itself. How do we get rid of our 2x? Yeah, you got it. We're going to subtract 2x from both sides. When we do that, we now have 3y equals -2x minus 3, because we always write that -2x right after the equal sign. And then we're going to divide by 3. So my final answer would be y equals -2/3 x minus 1, which is what we got. So you'll be doing both methods, one in the book, one in Delta. See you soon.